Welcome back, Hot Wheel collectors, for another video of what I bought this month, my latest haul video. It's an assortment of cars from the mid to late 80s and 1990s, and we've got some interesting ones here for you. We'll start out with these Baja Bruisers that I picked up. I've been hunting these ones for a while here. You can see the one on the left has a bright red tampo, whereas the one on the right has a dark red tampo. So that was of interest to me because it's a hard one to find when you're buying them online. You never really quite can tell 100% for the color. But luckily the seller had both these vehicles for sale at the same time, and I was able to discern that this one is the bright tampo, and it's quite a difficult one to find. So that's a good piece for my collection. And what else did we get here? Going back with the vintage stuff. Those Baja Bruisers, by the way, were from around 1982, I believe. Here's a 1979 Inside Story, also known as the Amazing Spider-Man, Hong Kong base. It's one of the scene machines, so if you look in the back you can see a little scene of Spider-Man doing something anyways. And here's a random one. Nice little 1988 20th anniversary Mercedes 540K in the gold chrome. About a year ago I was looking for this car and I found it quite difficult to find. I often found it with the silver chrome, but now all of a sudden they're all over eBay, so I was able to pick that one up for cheap. And normally that one's found in the 3-car packs, the 1988 anniversary sets, but I also got one in a 20 pack from the 1988 set, so that was interesting to see it in both packages. Moving right along here, we've got a couple more little crack ups here, and I forget what these ones are called. I think this one's called the Hatch Popper. They've all got different names even though the castings are the same. It doesn't really have a designated casting name actually, but not that I'm aware of anyways. Pretty cool little car. You can see it's got the flip back, so the hatch pops open. These hatches are always broken off these cars. I had one without the hatch, so that one I actually bought mint on card, and well, the card wasn't mint, so I opened it up. Same with this oh, I forget what this is called. Anyways, it's got the that's a sturdy one. Hard to do that one-handed anyways. Don't want to chip it, so the back tailgate will flip around and you'll see the smash side. And those are always fun to come by, especially in good condition, because most often kids smash them up all the time when they're playing with them, get them out of the package and smash them together, see what happens, right? So got some Getty promotional cars here, and another car I thought was quite rare for a while until I came across a few of them in the last few months anyways. This blown Camaro, often found with black walls, and now quite frequently seen with Ultra Hot, so I'm not sure if they're all just coming out of the woodwork, but originally that one was a hard car for me to find. Now I've got I've got 3 here and 1 more on display, so I picked those up for super cheap. Couldn't pass that up. And what else have we got? We've got these Thunderburners. They're all the same. Nice all metal heavy casting. Again, I got all these from the same seller. He's just liquidating his cars, I guess, so selling them in bulk lots. And that worked out quite well when I eyed this Nissan 300ZX from the 1991 Getty promotional. And the reason being is that I've always found that this one here with the metal base is quite common, the unpainted metal base. And I got 2 of them here. Should also note that the doors open on these lovely little cars. One of the very few Hot Wheels with opening doors. And anyways, I got 4 more with the white painted base, which in my experience, is quite rare. I've been looking for this car for quite a while and never found it with the white base. So there's another interesting little variation. And to have 4 of them, well, that's just wonderful, isn't it? So let's move those out of the way. And over here, before we go over to see those lovely little speed machines, we've got a whole collection of GT racers. And the one here in metallic blue, that's a 1986 release, very rare, hard to come by. And so I had one in the package, and I saw this one online, picked it up. You can usually expect to spend somewhere around $10 to $15 for these mint loose, or $20 to $30 on the package. So I got this one for $12, which I thought was a good deal. And these are just great little cars to the racetrack too. If you ever have a few extras that have some chips or something, still have the good straight axles, and try throwing those down your tracks, because they're very heavy, low center of gravity, being all metal, aerodynamic. They just work really well. And these purple ones here are quite common. This one in particular is not the most common of them. There's actually 3 variations. The first one was released in 1989, and it had a little V tampo under the Bell logo forward to the back wheel. And then it was released again in 1990, same car, but also this one here without the V tampo, and another version with Blackwall wheels. So it shouldn't be that hard to come by. You just gotta keep an eye out for those tampo variations if you're really hunting all the cars from the blue card years. We've got the 1991 what the heck was the race set now? Smack and Roll or something like that. Can't remember exactly the name of the race set. I did have that kind of memorized before I started this video, apparently not. And these are pretty rare little cars. They would have been baggy cars that came with a racetrack set, and you would have got one of them, but evidently there was a variation. You can see one's got pink in the tampo, the other one is purple. And the little circle on the side of the door with the flames coming out, one's solid purple, one's hollow. So cool little set there to have. These are listed at $5 each in the South Texas Diecast Collectors.com website, so makes it one of the rarer GT racers to get. By far the rarest, in my opinion, is this Parkin Plates GT racer. It's got the same tampo as the purple and the blue ones, with a change in the colors. It's got yellow stripes instead of orange. But this is quite a difficult little car, as are all Parkin Plates to come by, so pretty happy to add that to my collection. Scooped that one up from the same seller that had all the rest of these GT racers for sale, and quite a reasonable price. I only got this one for $2. And then this 1997 full variation set of cars. So it was released with all 3 of these different slight changes. One has a tampo on the wing without any tampos on the doors. This one's got tampos on the doors, no tampo on the wing. And then you've got the wire spoke basket wheels on this one here. So all fairly common cars to come by, but pretty cool to come by in mint condition for my display. And what else have we got? Let's get right over to those speed machines, because they're pretty cool. So we got the Datsun Z here, Z-Wiz as it's known for Hot Wheels. That's a rare little car, and came across that one in very nice shape, along with a few other Datsuns. I have all these duplicates, but this is also a fairly rare one, the blue Datsun from 1982. And the other ones, these speed machines, are all from 1982, and speed machines were kind of the discount type Hot Wheel, like a cheaper version of the regular Hot Wheels, because they had plastic bases on all of them, not a lot of detail for the most part, and usually not much in the way of tampos. As you can see on this top eliminator from 1982, the speed machine, a cool piece because it does open up, but it doesn't have the interior that most of the top eliminators had. If you look at the other top eliminators from around the same era, they had a little plastic roll cage inside and seat. Nice little minty car. And then these Dumpin' A, as they're called, the little movable dump bins on the back. hard little set to find. They're not really a set, but there's a variation here, and that is that the engine on this forward one is chrome, whereas the engine on the one behind it is a gray plastic engine. So the chrome engine's the harder one to find, and they're usually pretty pricey when a seller knows what he's got. Very rare. I've been hunting this one for a long time as well, and I do seem to say that a lot, but as I'm completing my late 80s Hot Wheel collection here, it's starting to become more apparent which ones are very rare, and this is one of them, called the Vetivan. It's a high raker. It was released in the 1982-83 Speed Machines. It's like a purple enamel and blue interior, tinted windows. Really happy to add that one to my collection. It's actually the same color as the top Eliminator, which is interesting. And then this one here, Mustang Stalker. Another difficult car to come by, especially in good shape. It's nice to add that one to the collection. Some fool went and painted the front and back silver though, so I'll have to see if I can get that paint off without damaging the car. Otherwise it's in pretty nice shape. And here's an ugly little Speed Machine on the card. All the cards looked exactly like this. They didn't even have the names on them for the car. And actually the names were usually cast out on the bottom of these too. There's like a plate right across there, a bar. But this is the Turbo Wedge, also a high raker, and missing the back spoiler. I might open that one up, I'm not sure. I have a few other Speed Machines on the card, so I haven't opened all of them. Pretty hard to come by in any condition, let alone on the card. And where else are we going here? Another rare car. The Tri-Car X8 from 1986. Usually found with a red plastic base. This one's the all metal yellow enamel painted one, and that's a very difficult car to find. I've been looking for that one for a long time as well. It set me back $34 in a little bidding war. Well worth it in my opinion. Stumbled across this one by chance, and it's the Cat dump truck, but with the gold chromed wheels on it. So there's a few construction vehicles from between 1986 and 1987 that got this gold wheel treatment. They're very rare. I've never seen them loose, and I've got the earth scraper as well with these. Still looking for the tractor, but that's a hard piece to find. What else have we got over here? Some nice little international cars, international release. This one here is from 1986. It's the Good Humor van, but in the red Pepsi tampos. And the one behind it, released in 1991. Pretty sure this is a Canadian vehicle. And because these boxes are usually indicative of Canadian vehicles, and they've got all the different languages on the back, English, French, whatnot. But no tampo, no Pepsi tampo below the candy and cola yellow square there. So if you look at those two together, you can see the difference. Another interesting little international piece, also found on the blue box. I actually opened this one already. The Skateboard Rental Good Humor van in neon yellow. And what have we got over here? Some more international cars. These ones are really rare. Kind of came across these ones by fluke as well. The 80s Firebird in metallic purple with the yellow bird tampo on the nose. The very rare one here is the one with the dark gray interior. And the not quite as rare but still very difficult to find is the one with the tan interior. The crossover piece being the yellow Firebird, also an international release, with the dark gray interior and blue nose. So obviously there was some leftover gray interiors that got put into the some of those metallic burgundy cars, metallic red. Pretty cool. Found this one here Not sure if it's a variation or an error, but I've never seen it before. It's a common car, but this one's got all small wheels. So all the ones I have or have ever seen have the big black wall wheels on the back and the smaller ones on the front. But this one's all small, so pretty cool. Now here's a really rare car. Nissan 300ZX, the 1988 Tampo release, but on a blue card, an international one though. And it's got the Ultra Hot wheels. So that's I got into quite a bidding war on that car. Another one I've been looking for a long time. It was apparently released in the 1988 20th anniversary 20 packs, but I've never seen one. So I was pretty surprised to find it on the blue card. Another international release, metallic red, Porsche 930. Same tampos as the red enamel ones, the purple ones, and the green ones. Another international release, Thunderburner with the Ultra Hot wheels. Most commonly found with the gold Hot One wheels on it. Now moving on to some mainline cars, but interesting variations. BMW 850i with the silver Hot One wheels. More often found with the Ultra Hot wheels. Looks much nicer with those silver Hot Ones on it though. And here's a variation that's not even listed in any of the books or websites that I can find, of the Mercedes 380 SEL. Everyone I've seen has this little metal license plate, and on the base the one rivet on the front, so it's kind of clipped in. This one here though, two rivets and no metal license plate on the back. So it's not even listed, and came across that one by fluke as well. Rounding out some more international release cars I got. These ones are from France. Another Mercedes 380 SEL, black enamel, unpainted base with black walls. Interestingly, it looks, look at that, it's got the one rivet and the license plate, so maybe that has something to do with it. Might have an international base on one of those mainline cars. Here's a Peugeot 405 in kind of a mustard brown. And Ford Escort. Looks almost the same as the North American release, except the tampo on this one is like a brown color versus the dark red. Otherwise, the only difference is the base says France on it. And the Flash Fire, I think it's called. Can't remember. It's actually a Lotus, but it's a pretty hard car to come by as well, especially in mint condition. Got a good deal on that one. And I think that pretty much rounds out my video here. I've got a couple little oddballs in the back. Some XT3s here from my mainline blue card collection. I opened those ones up, they're not worth much. And the Pontiac Banshee with the gold tampoed wheels. Little promotional Multo Meal 32 Ford. And rounding it all out was this random Majorette dump truck. It's huge. But if you look at Majorette cars, which are normally a larger scale, this would actually fit in not too bad. It's got opening hood, full suspension, dump box that opens up. It's quite the toy, really. Pretty solid too. Majorette, Kenworth. Nice big piece. So that rounds out my latest haul for August. And oh, one last thing. I got these fat fendered 40s, number 216 in the blue cards. The seller was selling them 4 for $3. So I bought all 12. These things list at $20 a piece. Don't know if they're actually worth that anymore, but pretty cool little cars. All metal. It'd be good to throw some of these down the racetrack, see what happens. So I just want to also thank all you guys for all the support and great comments on my last video of my big racetrack that I made outside. Went down my deck into the pool. Got a lot of views on that so far in a few days, so I was pretty happy about that. Thank you very much. And stay tuned, everyone. Enjoy watching all your videos.